everyone, I'm Jessica Pinsky, the Executive Director of Praxis Fiber Workshop, and I am here to welcome you to Adopt Indigo for Praxis. Thank you so much for volunteering your land and your time to help us grow indigo this summer. So this is the first of a series of videos that I'll be sending out every week to teach you more about your plants, how to take care of them, eventually how and when to harvest them, and also just some educational tidbits along the way. So I guess I'll start with just telling you about indigo. Indigo is a natural plant dye. It was one of the oldest known natural dyes. It was discovered around 1500 in India, and there is evidence of indigo in Egyptian tombs. So that tells you already how permanent and long-lasting this color really is. It is most commonly known as the color of your denim blue jeans. So that plant dye has been used in denim for hundred years or so. And around the late 1800s, it was converted to using a synthetic version of the natural plant dye. The synthetic version that most of our denim uses today is terrible for the environment. So we at Praxis are so happy to be using indigo in the natural and safe way, to be educating about it, and eventually have it providing it and available for our local community to use as well. So without further ado, let's plant our indigo. So you can see, not exactly at this time of day, but I've picked a very sunny spot in my yard, a spot that I can guarantee there is 8 hours of direct sunlight on the plants every single day. So it doesn't matter where, in the front or back, whether it's a pot or in the ground, the most important thing is that your plants are getting direct sunlight. So make sure you pick a good spot for that. So if you come a little closer, I'll show you. The first thing that I did was kind of dig out a bit of a trough, just to kind of show where my plants are gonna be. You've received a kit. There's a couple things in your kit. You have a spray bottle. You don't need to use that today. What you do need to use is this baggie. This is a natural fertilizer called blood meal, and it is going to add nitrogen into the soil, which is something that the indigo really needs to thrive. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by taking about a tablespoon or a small handful, about this big, and putting it in the places where my indigo is gonna go. Then I'll take a plant, keeping the plants about 12 inches apart. I can lay it on its side, right on top of that pile of blood meal, and then covering the soil around it. Pretty straightforward, just make sure that the roots are covered. So we'll go ahead and do that a couple more times. So as you can see, the plants are about 12 inches apart. Soil is covering the roots, and they are ready for their first watering. So once everything is in the ground, dirt is covered back up, I'm just gonna give a pretty generous watering for each plant. And I'm gonna continue to do this every day for the first week. It's really important that your plants get a lot of water right away so that they don't have too much shock therapy from the transition, or shock from the transition. Watering can. This is our daughter Mira. She is helping. You probably will notice some relative shock of your plants not looking so great for the first couple days, but by the end of the first week, they should perk back up, be super happy, and grow pretty fast. So just to recap, you'll take your plants, pick a super sunny spot in your yard, plant them 12 inches apart, take your baggie of blood meal, which is gonna add nitrogen to your soil. Make sure you add about a tablespoon at every point, about 12 inches apart. Plants go right on top, soil covers the roots. Give it a good water, and you're good to go. Have a great time. Thank you again so much, and you'll hear more from me next week. Bye. Say bye.